Get in, close the door, where to doesn't matter. We're going to Rio, Flamengo territory. You ever hear about a goalkeeper who had everything and threw it all away for the worst reason imaginable? His name was Bruno Fernandes de Souza, star goalkeeper, Flamengo, one of the best in Brazil. Contract worth millions, endorsements, fame, future. And then, June 2010, his ex-girlfriend disappeared. Eliza Samudio, 25 years old, mother of his 4-month-old son. She went to Bruno's property in Minas Gerais to discuss child support. She never came back. What happened next is one of the most disturbing crimes in Brazilian sports history. Murder, dismemberment, a body fed to dogs. And here's the thing that makes this case even worse. Bruno didn't just kill her. He planned it, organized it, recruited people, covered it up, and when he got caught, he showed no remorse. Tonight, we're going to Minas Gerais. We're going inside a crime so brutal, so calculated, that it shocked a nation. We're talking about fame, control, violence, and what happens when someone thinks they're untouchable. You ready? Because this one doesn't have a mystery. We know what happened. We know who did it. The horror is in the details. Let me tell you about the goalkeeper who became a killer, who was Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes de Souza, born December 1984, Ribeirão das Neves, Minas Gerais. Poor neighborhood, tough upbringing, but Bruno had a gift. He was a phenomenal goalkeeper, tall, quick reflexes, commanding presence, natural talent. By his early 20s, he was playing professionally. In 2006, he signed with Flamengo, one of Brazil's biggest clubs. Millions of fans. Historic legacy, the dream. Bruno became Flamengo's starting goalkeeper in 2009. He was good. National team potential, endorsement deals, celebrity status. By 2010, at 25 years old, Bruno had everything: fame, money, respect, a future in European football. He also had a wife, Diane Rodriguez, married since 2007. And that's where the story gets dark, because Bruno had secrets. Who was Eliza Samudio? Eliza Cristina Samudio, born 1985, Guarulhos, São Paulo, worked as a model, aspiring actress, beautiful, ambitious. In 2009, Eliza met Bruno at a party in São Paulo. They had a brief affair. Bruno was married. Eliza knew. They kept it quiet. And then, early 2010, Eliza found out she was pregnant. She told Bruno. He didn't take it well. Bruno was already living a double life. Wife at home, affair on the side. A baby would expose everything, destroy his marriage, damage his image, cost him money. So Bruno did what controlling, violent men do when they feel cornered. He tried to make the problem disappear. The pressure campaign, February 2010. Eliza was 5 months pregnant. Bruno started pressuring her to have an abortion. She refused. He offered money. She refused. He threatened her. She still refused. Eliza wanted to keep the baby, wanted Bruno to acknowledge paternity, wanted child support, reasonable requests. Bruno's response: violence. In May 2010, just weeks before she gave birth, Bruno allegedly arranged for Eliza to be kidnapped. She was taken to a house, held against her will, beaten. Bruno and his friends tried to force her to take abortion pills. She managed to escape, filed a police report. Nothing happened. Bruno was a celebrity. Eliza was a model with no connections. The case went nowhere. On June 7, 2010, Eliza gave birth to a boy. She named him Bruninho, Little Bruno. DNA tests confirmed Bruno was the father. Eliza asked for child support. Bruno refused. She threatened to go public, to expose him. That's when Bruno decided she had to die. June 2010. The plan. Bruno didn't act alone. He recruited Luis Henrique Rama, Macaro, Noodles, Bruno's friend and former teammate, Marcos Aparecido dos Santos, Bolabol, Bruno's cousin, Diane Rodriguez, Bruno's wife allegedly knew and helped. Fernanda Gomes de Castro, Bruno's ex-lover, lured Eliza into the trap. The plan was simple. Lure Eliza to Bruno's countryside property in Esmeraldas, Minas Gerais, kill her, dispose of the body, claim she abandoned the baby and disappeared. On June 4, 2010, Fernanda called Eliza, said Bruno wanted to talk, to work things out, to discuss custody and support. Eliza was hopeful. She brought 4-month-old Bruninho with her. She took a bus from São Paulo to Belo Horizonte, then to Esmeraldas. She arrived at Bruno's property on June 5th. She never left. What happened at the ranch? This is where the case becomes horrific. According to witness testimony and later confessions, Eliza arrived at the property. Bruno was there. So were Macaro, Bola, and others. They took the baby from her. Then they attacked. Eliza was beaten, tortured, strangled. She begged for her life, begged for her son. Bruno watched. Some reports say he participated. Others say he ordered it, but stayed distant. Either way, he was in control. Eliza Samudio was murdered on June 5th or 6th, 2010. She was 25 years old. Pause, and then came the disposal. The cover-up, according to testimony from Macaro and others involved. After Eliza was killed, her body was dismembered. Parts were fed to dogs on the property. Other parts were buried. Some were reportedly encased in concrete. The goal: make sure Eliza Samudio was never found. Make sure there was no body, no evidence, no case. Bruno's wife, Diane, allegedly helped clean up. Fernanda took care of baby Bruninho temporarily. Bruno went back to Rio, back to training, back to playing, back to fame, like nothing happened. For weeks, Eliza's family heard nothing. They reported her missing on June 13th, 2010. Police started investigating, and that's when the story began to unravel. The investigation, Eliza's mother, Sinyamura, wouldn't stop. She told police about Bruno, about the threats, about the kidnapping in May. She told them Eliza went to meet Bruno in early June and never came back. Police questioned Bruno. He denied everything, said he hadn't seen Eliza, had no idea where she was. But police kept digging. They interviewed witnesses, checked phone records, traced Eliza's movements. They found Eliza's last known location, Esmeraldas, near Bruno's property. Witnesses who saw her arrive, phone calls between Eliza and Fernanda, the ex-lover, who lured her, on July 7th, 2010. Police arrested Bruno. They also arrested Makahombola Fernanda Diani, later released. Charges dropped, the confessions under interrogation. The group started cracking. Macaro confessed first. He described the murder, the torture, the dismemberment. He said Bruno ordered it, paid them, told them to make Eliza disappear. Fernanda confessed. She admitted luring Eliza to the property, said she didn't know they'd kill her, but she knew something bad was planned. Bola partially confessed, described disposing of the body, feeding parts to dogs. Bruno denied everything, said he wasn't there, didn't know, was being framed. But the evidence was overwhelming. The body, Eliza's body, was never fully recovered. Police searched Bruno's property, used cadaver dogs, dug up areas. They found bone fragments never conclusively identified as Eliza's due to decomposition, blood evidence, traces of biological material, but no complete body. The prosecution argued that didn't matter. The confessions, the witness testimony, the circumstances, it was enough. The trial, Bruno's trial, began in 2012. It was a media circus. Cameras, protesters, Flamengo fans defending him, women's rights activists demanding justice. The prosecution presented confessions from Macaro, Fernanda, and Bola phone records showing coordination, witness testimony placing Eliza at Bruno's property, evidence of prior violence and threats. The defense argued no body, no murder. Confessions were coerced. Bruno was being scapegoated because he was famous. On March 8, 2013, the verdict: Bruno Fernandes, guilty. sentenced to 22 years and 3 months in prison for murder, kidnapping, concealing a corpse. Marcahone, 22 years bola, 15 years Fernanda, 4 years later sentence for cooperating justice, finally. But the story doesn't end there. The release in 2017, after serving less than 7 years, Bruno was released on a technicality. Brazilian law allows prisoners to appeal in semi-open prison conditions. Bruno's lawyers exploited this. He was released pending appeal. Public outrage exploded. Women's groups protested. Eliza's family was devastated. But here's the most disturbing part. Bruno tried to resume his football career. In 2017, a second division club, Boa Esporte, signed him. Sponsors pulled out. Fans protested. The club eventually terminated his contract, but Bruno kept trying. In 2019, he signed with another small club. In 2022, he was still playing semi-professional football. In 2019, Brazil's Superior Court overturned the technicality. Bruno was ordered back to prison to serve the remainder of his sentence. He was rearrested in 2019. As of 2024, he is still in prison but eligible for parole. Eliza's son, baby Bruninho, now a teenager, was raised by Eliza's mother, Senior. Bruno initially denied paternity, refused support. Eventually, DNA confirmed what everyone knew. Bruninho grew up without his mother. His father is the man who ordered her murder. There's no mystery here. We know what happened. But let's talk about the why and the system that enabled it. Theory 1. Control and image. Bruno killed Eliza because she threatened his control, his marriage, his image, his money. He thought he could erase the problem literally. This wasn't passion. This was premeditation. He recruited people, planned it, executed it. Classic femicide. Woman asserts her rights. Man responds with violence. Theory 2. The enablers. Bruno didn't act alone. Multiple people helped. Marcahone killed her. Bola disposed of body. Fernanda lured her. Diane allegedly helped cover up. None of them stopped it. Why? Loyalty to Bruno. Fear. Money. This wasn't just one man's crime. This was a network of complicity. Theory 3. The system failed Eliza. Eliza reported being kidnapped and beaten in May 2010. Police did nothing. Why? Because Bruno was famous. Eliza was not. Because violence against women is normalized in Brazil. Because the system protects powerful men. If police had acted in May, Eliza would be alive. Theory 4. The culture of impunity. Bruno was released after 7 years. He tried to resume his career. Some fans defended him, called Eliza a gold digger, said she provoked him. That's not just misogyny. That's cultural acceptance of femicide. It's the belief that a man's career matters more than a woman's life. We're here. Look, there's no mystery in this case. We know what happened. Bruno killed Eliza, planned it, executed it, covered it up. He was convicted, sentenced, rearrested. But here's what haunts me. He served 7 years before being released. He tried to play football again. Some people defended him. And Eliza, her body was never fully recovered. Her son grew up without her. Her family never got full closure. This case isn't about whodunit. It's about what happens when violence against women is tolerated. When fame protects abusers. When the system fails victims. Eliza reported violence in May. Police ignored her. She's dead because the system didn't care. The meter's off. The stadium's quiet. And somewhere in Brazil, there's a teenage boy who will never meet his mother because his father killed her and fed her 2 dogs. Some crimes don't need solving. They need remembering. So we never forget what happens when we look away. There's an ancient truth that says, whoever sheds innocent blood will be held accountable. That violence doesn't just end with the victim. It echoes. It ripples. It leaves scars on everyone it touches. Eliza Samudio wanted one thing, for her son's father to acknowledge him, to support him. That's not greed. That's not manipulation. That's basic human decency. And for that, she was tortured, murdered, dismembered, There's a principle woven into existence, that life is sacred, that taking it is the ultimate violation, that those who destroy the innocent carry a weight that doesn't disappear with time. Bruno Fernandes can appeal, can be released, can play football, but he can't erase what he did. The people who helped him, Macahome, Bola Fernanda, they confessed. They got lighter sentences for cooperating, but they still participated. They still chose violence. And that choice doesn't just affect Eliza. It affects her son, her mother, her family. It affects every woman who reports violence and isn't believed. Every victim who asks for help and is ignored. There's a warning in ancient wisdom that those who show no mercy will receive none, that what we sow, we reap. Bruno showed Eliza no mercy. He begged for none, showed no remorse. Even in court, he claimed innocence. Even after conviction, he tried to rebuild his career, as if Eliza's life didn't matter, as if her son didn't matter, as if murder was just an inconvenient interruption to his fame. I don't know if Bruno feels guilt. I don't know if he lies awake thinking about what he did. I don't know if he'll ever acknowledge the horror he caused. But I know this: Eliza's son will grow up knowing his father killed his mother. That's a weight the boy will carry forever. And Bruno, he'll carry it too, whether he admits it or not. We're told that those who mourn will be comforted, that the meek will inherit, that justice, even if delayed, will come. Eliza's family mourns. Her son is innocent, powerless, victimized by a crime he didn't ask for, and justice, partial, incomplete, imperfect, but not absent. Bruno is in prison. Eliza is remembered, and her story horrific as it is reminds us, violence against women is not acceptable. Fame does not grant immunity, and silence enables evil. Hey, thanks for staying with me through this one. I know it's heavy, I know it's disturbing, but cases like this need to be told. Because Eliza Samudio didn't just disappear. She was murdered by someone who thought he could get away with it, and he almost did. If this case affected you, you're angry, disturbed, heartbroken, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want more stories that need to be told. Cases that expose violence, injustice, and systems that fail victims. Drop a comment. Tell me what you think about Bruno's release, about the system, about how we protect or fail to protect women. I read every one. And if you know someone who needs to hear this story, someone who cares about justice, about violence against women, about holding powerful people accountable, share this with them. The algorithm rewards engagement, and honestly, so do I. I've got more cases, more stories, more truths that need light. Next time, we're going somewhere just as dark. Until then, believe women when they report violence, hold abusers accountable, and remember, Eliza Samudio was a mother, a daughter, a person. She deserved better, her son deserves better, and we owe it to her to never forget.